do as we are doing here in the McFarland Gymnasium. Please stand, remove your headgear, put your hand over your heart, and pay tribute to the United States of America. This is Bill the Big K Cather, and I will be back in just a minute with the starting lineups, the opening tip, and the introduction of Mr. Pete Allstate Willicott, who's going to help me here with the performance tonight. So I'll step aside. I'll be back in just a minute after the anthem. Okay, Bill the Big K Cather back here. I'm going to welcome in Mr. Pete Willicott, but let's get started here with the starting lineups for tonight's ball game. First for Jefferson, number 0, Ben Suko, 6'2" senior. Number 5, Samson Kata, 6'3" senior. Number 11, Corey Kaiser, a 6'2" senior. Number 12, Reese Featherston, a 6'3" junior. Number 5, Samson Kata is not. And number 22, Ryan Brost, a 6' senior. And 31, their leading scorer, James Minogue, a 6'5" junior. And now for your McFarland Spartans tonight. And as soon as I get this, I'll let you jump right in here, Pete. As soon as I get done with them here. For your McFarland Spartans, number 10, CW Carson Werwinski, a 5'10" senior. Number 11, the Rabbit, Luke Witter, a 5'10" senior. The Wild Thing, number 20, Daniel Tenius, a 6'2" senior. Max Hansen, the crossing guard, number 24, 6'7" junior. And the Tower of Power in the middle, Trayvon Chisholm, a 6'6" senior, averaging 20.6 points a game. So, welcome in, Pete. Looking forward to having you on board here tonight. It's always a pleasure.
Very excited. It's going to be two wildly talented teams. Going to really come down to a lot of execution, a lot of focus. We've seen a couple different Spartan teams show up on this court so far this year.
Boy, so for sure on that.
We'll see who this is tonight. Be interesting to see Werwinski on Montague there. Going to be a great matchup for him. He's been their defensive stopper, Carson, all year, so he'll have his hands full with that. And then, Max is going to be working against Mr. Featherston, trying to keep him in front. He'll have a little bit of a speed disadvantage to him, but I think the length, if he's playing off enough, will help him out.
Yep, so welcome aboard tonight. I think we're going to have a great contest.
Offensive
opening tip
and
the Tower of Power right to the hole and the deuce and a potential old-fashioned three-point play.
Love the offensive tip by McFarland there. Really nice job. As soon as that thing went up and it gets tips to head, just sprinting right to that rim.
Yep. And again, a lot of big men, boy, if you can beat them down the floor, if you hustle, you get a lot of extra points in that. And the old-fashioned three-point play and an early start. Good start for McFarland, 3-zip. Suko.
McFarland using that zone defense they implemented and used quite well against Monona Grove earlier this year.
Oh, and a splash it, a kaboom by James Minogue, the first tray of the night.
That was a mistake in the rotation defensively. That wing's got to get bumped down by the ball side guard, and that way Daniel's not stretched out that far.
Chisholm. Underneath to the crossing guard. Oh, and a beautiful kiss off the glass by Max Hansen. Love the glass use there, Coach.
High-low game should be tremendous with them with the size advantage they have. Like to see some hands up defensively here now to take away some of those passing lanes.
Right. You know, I looked their stats. They haven't shot a ton of three balls this year.
Can trap that corner.
Yep. And ball out of bounds to the Spartans. So we played a $1-3, a little over 1 minute to play, 5-3. So we anticipate these teams probably going to put some points up on the board tonight. They're both averaging close to 70 points a ball game here tonight. So.
And I think McFarland will want to continue to play up that tempo. They want to pressure those Jefferson guards and see if they can get them moving too quickly and create turnovers that way. Nice job sealing the backside of the zone by Jefferson right there. Kaiser on that baseline.
Key to this, you don't want to dribble that basketball. Quick passes, I would say.
Quick passes, and then when you do attack the seams.
Yep.
Try to make, we always talked in coaching about C2, engage 2, C4. So engage 2 defenders and C4. C4 are your teammates. If you pierce the middle of the zone or pierce any of the seams, 2 defenders have to get you, which for those who are mathematically declined, that's 4 teammates for 3 remaining defenders.
God, are you a math major too?
Only if it's up to 5. I can go to 7 for football, but that's about it.
Oh, you can see we're going to have a lot of fun with the telecast. Like to have a lot of fun with these telecasts and that.
Well, I don't get paid enough for them to not
well,
have
that's
fun.
True.
So.
You know, I don't think I'm probably high on that pay scale either. I'm not ready to retire on the money I make off these telecasts.
They doubled your contract this year, didn't they?
Yep, they did. Tenius, kaboom! Daniel Tenius, his first tray of the night. And McFarland is taking an 8-3 lead.
The interesting thing will be who's the third guy from McFarland tonight. We know Trey's going to get his. We know Daniel's going to get his. Who's going to be that third guy to the dance here tonight? Another trap on the baseline. Look for Witter to really extend on that guard next time.
Nice inside pass. Just a little reverse miss that time by Kaiser.
You can see McFarland forcing baseline, trying to invite that trap. And when you're in this corner, that's Max Hansen and Trayvon Chisholm trapping
6'7", 6'6", and you got the baseline.
You could have a ladder, and you're not making a pass out of that thing.
Especially those of us that are height challenged appreciate that even more so. Tenius, nice drive, a little strong off the glass, the kiss. Great hustle by the Wild Thing. Witter, back over to Tenius, open 3 ball. Oh, man, a honeycomb out. Featherston, Sukow, back to Featherston, top of the key, Sukow. Little rotation. Oh, beautiful entry pass. Minogue, kick it back out. Oh, Sukow didn't go for it.
That's going to be off.
3
Here
ball,
we go.
nice box out by Max Hansen. Yep.
They have some opportunities.
Tenius. Oh, wow. Nice play. That was an assist from about 45, 50 feet away.
I guess that's one way to get the transition game going.
Boy, beautiful. Laid it right up close to the rim, and
I was just going to say,
deposit at the bank by Trayvon.
I was just going to say they have opportunities to get the ball out and release against that zone.
Yep. Gross, no good.
That's going to go up to him, too.
Oh, should have kicked it over. Boy, this is good. You get them on the run, and you want to keep going. Oh, man, splash it. Kaboom! James Minogue, his second tray of the night, 6 points. He's averaging 15.3 on the year. And we're at 10-6, 14:05 left to go in your first half. Orwinski over to Tenius, boy. Daniel not being bashful at all, lighting it up. That's his kaboom, his second tray of the night, 6 points.
I tell you, they got Brost on him right now for Jefferson. He almost looks like he's moving a little gingerly out there, too. I wonder if there's something going on with him.
Oh, nice entry pass, little 5 foot. And a kiss by number 11, Corey Kaiser, his first deuce of the night. We're talking before the game, pretty well-structured player, Mr. Corey Kaiser, 6'2 senior. Spent a little time in a weight room, I would say.
I've seen brick buildings that look a little less sturdy than that kid.
Yep. Featherston thought about it, over to Brost. From the baseline, about a 6-foot shopper. No good.
Coach on the defensive end, you got to love every time that short corner jumper from the baseline goes up. That's
well, because I know why
you
like that, because if the other team's shooting mid-range jumpers,
it means they're not getting threes and layups.
And we always like have our friendly little discussion on mid-range jumpers.
And I'll tell you,
a high percentage shot.
About 2-3 possessions earlier, you saw Kaiser, I believe it was, right in the middle of the lane, using that glass. That's a nice high percentage look. You're in the paint.
Right.
You know, I always kind of felt it was perimeter or paint. If you're not in one of those two areas, then you're probably not getting the most efficient shot.
So if we're talking PP, we're not talking the bathroom facility. We're talking.
That's right, the perimeter and the paint.
The perimeter and the paint. Okay, so. If I ever use that again, don't be thinking we're looking at a restroom break there, okay? God, this is fun, isn't it, Ted?
Oh, man.
Tipped away, good defense, and Tenius is going to get caught on the slap. Got a little height advantage over Brost that time, but came over the top. 13-8, 12-37, as you can see on your screen. That's a great graphic we got up this year on our screen. Being able
I
to
love that.
Have the time up there also, so myself as an announcer doesn't need to keep putting in. Okay, we got a couple new players. Austin Miller, I call him AM and the PM. Loves to play basketball all day long. We've got the Mad Bomber, JPJ, Jeremiah Price Johnson in the game. Just talking with him the other night. He helped bag my groceries down at Quick Trip.
Newly
so I'll tell you.
employed.
Yep, he'd only been there a short time, but if you see him down there, tell him how much you enjoy his efforts, not only on the basketball floor, but also on the football field this year. So.
Look to run. I love that baseline corner shot again from the defensive standpoint. Because
JPJ calling for the ball.
You can get out and go from there.
Tenius, no good. Max Hansen, nice job, Max, chasing it down, left-hand corner. Chisholm working hard inside. Hansen, hand off to Tenius.
That's the second chase down rebound McFarland's had now.
Yep. And Minogue coming over the side. Or no, I'm sorry. That's. Oh, a nice pass over the kiss off the glass. A little strong by Jackson Werwinski. Beautiful pass inside. Oh. And Zuko should have gone up right away. Stopped to make a fake, and it cost him a rejection. And that ball was turned away like a good Angus steak saying no to. Ketchup.
Gotta love it.
There we go. You remember that line.
You see the energy from that McFarland bench. You got Derek Schwarting, got Mr. Semin there.
Yep,
Mr.
all standing,
Pavlik.
right?
They're all there just getting it going.
Isn't that great? Oh, kaboom! Number 22, Ryan Brost. That's 3 triples tonight for Jefferson.
I think they might all be from that baseline corner.
Tenius again. Boy, he is not being bashful tonight. That's his 3rd tray of the night. Kaboom! I'm going to get kaboomed out here. We had a ball game last year against East Troy where I had 5 kabooms in a row down the floor. Tonight we're at 2. Let's see if we can extend it. Minogue out on top. Skip it over to Zuko. A little slow on their ball movement here.
Yeah, and McFarland, their closeouts, they're getting better with their hands now, but some of them are closing out of control. They're going to get blown by on the drive.
There's a skip passed over, and that's Brost again. No good, a little strong. Chisholm. Skip it over. Tenius again. Oh my goodness, his fourth tray. Kaboom! Get it on the screen. 12 points for the Wild Thing, and wow, has he come out of the chute. Hot. Let me just quick mention a couple of things here first tonight. McFarland Cable TV 982 is a function of the Village of McFarland producing high school sports, the result of a community survey and fan interest indicating viewers like you at home as well as fans in attendance desire this type of programming. I want to encourage you to inform your village officials by way of an email, a phone call, how much you enjoy these high-quality productions. Positive efforts of our McFarland youth deserves to be recognized in all forms of media, the State Journal, the Thistle, Cable Channel 982, as well as our website, YouTube McFarland Cable. So once again, thanks for all your support. And again, this game now is being live streamed at YouTube McFarland Cable. If you're not unable to see it now, you can view this again later tonight, tomorrow, next week, next year in our archives, as well as you can go to the Village of McFarland website, and there's a link to our games there. So go ahead, Coach. What do you think about so far? Early thoughts on this?
I think you're going to see a little bit of a defensive adjustment here by Jefferson. They're going to help a lot less off of Daniel now. I think Daniel's on the bench right now, so it'll be a little harder for them to guard him there. But I wouldn't be surprised if you see one of the more athletic kids starting to face guard him, forcing him to drive more, do some stuff like that, and seeing if they can get someone else. But to have to score for McFarland, problem is that means you have no help defender on Trey if Daniel's on the weak side.
Yep. And boy, I'm going to tell you, I was over at Monona Grove last week, and what a ball game. He was a man in that game.
That was fun to watch.
That was really fun to watch. That was how the post position should be played. That was wonderful. Brost.
It's so nice to have that size underneath where Trey can actually allow them to catch the ball knowing that he can still defend their shot attempts inside.
Right. Student section getting into it, hand clapping in that, so it's nice to see. Jefferson's put 6'7" junior Jared Vogel in the ball game. 7 blocks on the year. He wasn't quite ready for that entry pass. Jackson Werwinski on the dribble. Kick it off to the Mad Bomber, JPJ. Nice drive to the basket, just kind of honeycombed out. On those, again, I love to see the backboard used when you get that close coming in. He was pretty close to the 45. Werwinski on the reach-in. I believe that's his second foul.
First, they take Daniel with the first one, I think, that we have over here.
All right. Daniel Tenney is checking back in after a little short breather.
The real nice thing for McFarland here is with the length of that possession previously down here for Jefferson, Daniel missed exactly one offensive possession, and that's not too bad if you got to sit a guy for a little bit.
Right. And I guess that's okay, even though, he's got the hot hand in that, just a little breather. That's what you're talking to about hands up, having active hands. Good example of it there. Otherwise, that pass would have gone through.
Right. Just take away those passing lanes, eliminate vision, eliminate those angles.
Good help by Werwinski. Werwinski, Miller, Chisholm, Tenius, and Jeremiah JPJ, your 5 McFarland players. Suko to inbound the ball on the left baseline. Hanaud.
That's going to get out and go.
JPJ had the Werwinski, and nice hustle back that time by Brost. Also in the ball game right now for Jefferson, number 21, Caleb Stelsey, 6'1" junior. That's a Jefferson name, Stelsey. Or is it Stels? I think it's Stelsey.
I think it's Stels. We got one that is in McFarland as well. She's got family in Jefferson.
Stels, okay. My apologies. So we'll go with Stels.
I always referred to her as Stelsey.
And Tenius on a drive and a little triple bouncer off the rim, giving him 14 points so far in the first half. One-man gang so far. Suko on the drive right into Chisholm.
Another baseline three here for Jefferson.
Three and an air ball, but sneaking in the backside with Suko and miss. And the putback by Jared Vogel, a 6'7" junior. 21-11, 8:30 to go. Oh, Featherston almost on the intercept.
Get back now.
And they didn't get back. Oh, but boy.
They spent too much time looking at where they were going to pick up the ball that they forgot to get back.
Yep.
defend the guy that had already gone by him.
Boy, and I'll tell you, Featherston gave up an easy little layup there, too, trying to – they're very concerned about the rejection, it looks like, rather than just going strong.
Yeah, you know, having Trey down there tends to make you a little jumpy.
Yeah. Well as Max Hansen had a little reject there, too, I believe.
Lewinsky had a block earlier.
Or Lewinsky, yep.
Oh, trap that corner again. See, now Austin's got to sink down to the baseline on that.
Nice kiss off the glass by Minogue.
I know right now Coach King's going to be talking to the bench about getting to the level of the ball when that ball comes from the opposite side.
JPJ a little strong on that. Oh, beautiful.
It's going to be Trey's second. It's an unfortunate and unnecessary reach there.
Yeah.
But again, you know, that's one of those things. So Trey's going to get tagged on the foul, and he's the one who's going to have to leave the game. But it was the penetration that was allowed up top which caused that.
Right. Trey checking out at almost the 8-minute mark here with 4 points. Doesn't help when you have him off the floor. Still.
So this will be interesting for McFarland now. They're going to a lineup that's going to have Daniel out there.
Yep.
Max will be playing inside. Hansen will be inside. But you'd like to, if you're McFarland now, you want to try to get some cheap baskets in transition. You want to get this thing out because your half-court set offense isn't going to be as strong.
Stelz 2 for 2. He came in only a 42% free throw shooter, 11 out of 26 so far on the year. So, 2. 4-point advantage here for the Spartans. 7:47 to go. Luke, the Rabbit. Boy, when a guy drives to the basket, you got to have your hands ready. So many times, guys, don't they, Coach? They just get caught watching.
Right.
Got to get those hands ready. Get your feet in position so it's catch and shoot.
Just get it up.
Yep. Fundamental basketball.
I like the way Luke attacked. I like how aggressive he
Oh,
was.
is that pretty? That's a beautiful high-low right there. And the score by Kaiser, his second deuce.
That's the seal on the baseline guy there for the defense. McFarland's got to make sure they step over the top of that.
Boy, that's not a good pass. Here comes Minogue. And a beautiful crossover, and nice rejection and a travel by Brost, but I guess not. And the 3-ball, and Witter on the foul.
And I'll tell you what, that's the third closeout I've seen where McFarland's lunged at a guy and pretty near took him out. This time he got him. And they've got to get their closeouts under control. They're not chopping their feet. They're lunging and jumping at these guys.
Good timeout here by the coach.
Yeah, you got to get things squared away here. You got to kind of catch that breath. And, you hope that they're talking right now. They had 2 near opportunities in transition that just didn't turn out well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you looked at what happened when they got forced into their half-court offense. It's not going to move as well without Trey out there.
Absolutely. Let me just make a quick mention here because I can see the dance team out in the hallway. So halftime, I like to mention their names and that. You will be able to see them, no music or anything. But here are the young ladies that put in time on this. Caitlin Ackley, Maria Cafalista da Silva, Jamison Curtin, McKinley Dennis, Danielle Dorn, Liliana Gallegos, Mackenzie Guillen, Anna Jorgensen, Sammy Heckel, Brooklyn Patchen, Jewel Shershak, Tara Shershak, and Christy Zhang. And the 2 dance team coaches, Lexi and Amber Schradel. Do a wonderful job with those girls, and it's just wonderful, again, with all the kids that we have participating in athletics here in the McFarland School District. I mean, you have a sport, we've got kids that will participate in it. Excellent participation rate that the opportunities you have here in McFarland. So hats off to them, and so for your viewing pleasure, please stay tuned. Pete and I will step out and take a little break at halftime and just let you enjoy them and let you go ahead and add to your drinks or whatever, or take a break. We'll leave it at that. Huh? You know where I was going with that. We won't go there. Stelz back at the free throw line, 2 for 2 so far. Disney free throws, wishes can come true. They can happen to you. 3 for 3. And we're 1 free throw away from a tie ball game at the 7:06 mark. And Stelz 4 for 4 and can actually give Jefferson their first lead of the ball game. And of course the jinx, oh my goodness. Kaiser pulled down the rebound about 2 feet from the basket and kicked it out.
It helped that he didn't get a body put on him, and there were no hands up.
Minogue, entry pass.
Good spacing by Jefferson there on that high-low to be able to get that guy in the weak
Minogue,
side.
no good. Oh, boy. I'll tell you, that Kaiser, what a tough kid, huh? Boy, he skied on that. Oh, my goodness. Would you call that an athletic baseline move?
Yeah.
And I just love the way he cut that back and used the backboard. Stick that back in.
Probably a reason that at the start of the game, Trey Chisholm was matched up with him for their man-to-man stuff. Not that they got a chance to run any man-to-man, but.
Yeah. Boy, Jefferson, nice little run here on their part. They were down, I believe, 21. I think it's about an 8-0 run here for Jefferson in about the last 3 minutes. Winsky get down deep to Tenius. Nice little spin move, but the block from behind. And Minogue, rather than grabbing the ball, decided to try and tip it to a teammate. Instead, it went out of bounds. 6:20 left to go here again. Bill the Big K Cather along with Mr. Allstate, Pete, you're in good hands, Willickett. Offensive coordinator with our football program. Former girls varsity coach in that, and just doing so many good things for the kids of McFarland High School. Oh, then what a beautiful left hand by the crossing guard.
And a tremendous pocket pass by Luke Witter there.
And I'm going to tell you what I like was the balance he had. That was great footwork that time by Max Hansen. At 6'7", that can sometimes be an issue, footwork. Boy, body under control. That was really pretty. And misses the free throw. But for the Hervots watching down in Houston, 4 points for Max tonight.
The rumor is he's got mom's agility and athleticism, so that makes sense.
Nice drive that time.
If they can get these reversals clean and get this ball moved, they're going to get some easy looks in transition.
Yep. Oh, Max Hansen. Whoa! Max trying to play it up with a 3-ball there.
He's been shooting that a lot better this year.
Yes, he
has.
has.
A couple games where he's got 2-3 threes. And
I like he hasn't hesitated either. You know, he commits to it right away, and I like that.
The stroke looks significantly better. I remember seeing him as a freshman, and that thing, it needed some work.
Nice job that time by Pistol Pete Pavlik, checking in the ball game. Anticipating that pass to the high post, right to the elbow, and knocking it away. Possession of McFarland. Oh, honeycombed out. And an errant pass, and we have, it's going to be a foul on Ryan Brost, the 6-foot senior.
I know Coach Mino's not going to be happy with a fade away from the baseline.
No, I don't think so. This has kind of been the Max Hansen show here for the last minute of the ball game. 4 shots. As you can see on your screen, 25-23, 4:55 left to go in the first half. JPJ, the Mad Bomber in the ball game, along with Rabbit, Luke Witter bringing the ball down the floor. JPJ, Tenius, run a little Michigan State weave, and Tenius, boy, you give him just a little space and he's going to launch it.
Again, you can just see how stagnant the offense has gotten since Trey's checked out of the game.
I agree with that.
I mean, yeah, they've got their dribble handoffs and everything, but there's not a lot of skips, not a lot of attacking the rim. It's just slow.
Oh, Jeremiah wanted that. Witter going to launch it. Yeah, just relying a little bit on launching some threes and getting a little lazy here.
2 passes at max, and then it goes up. I mean.
Yep. Boy, I'll tell you, Pavlik's doing a nice job there, shutting down that high post pass, entry pass.
And that's Nichols there on that
steal.
That
was, I'm sorry, that was the Mosquito, Ethan Nichols. He is always going to be in there pestering somebody. Well, he should be an all-state soccer player. He's definitely got the footwork to do a nice job in there. Ethan Nichols, first attempt. Tie it up if he hits 2 free throws. Nope. But nice recovery. Kept alive by Max Hansen. Nichols going back in. Rejected. and stays with it. And boy, do you have to like the persistence that time of Ethan.
Absolutely
The
love
Mosquito Nichols.
Love how hard he is going to that rim there. What I'd love to see is on that drive, though, get to the 2 feet, shot fake the kid. He got him up. If he wouldn't have went up so darn early, he would have got the N1 on the first one.
And splash the free throw, the old-fashioned three-point play. And it's a 1-point McFarland advantage. Entertaining ball game here. Fun game? Well, it should be. We got 2 teams here battling to remain at least in second place in the conference.
That transition on that rotation there from
Whoa,
wing to wing.
but a bad pass from Minogue trying to enter the ball. Number 4 in the ball game right now, Corbin Simden, 6'5", junior.
Number 32 coming in here now, Jared
32,
Vogel.
Jared Vogel, a 6'7", junior, replacing Minogue.
So I was saying defensively, McFarland's going to have to make sure those guards are running on that transition from wing to wing against their offense.
Beautiful job by the Rabbit. Great assist over to Ethan Nichols. Luke Witter did an excellent job on that. Call him the Rabbit because I'll tell you, he just keeps going and going.
And that's what I was saying before when we were talking about transition game. Attacking that press that they have on there so that you don't get stuck in your half-court offense.
Boy, he did a nice, beautiful little look-away bounce pass also. I'm going to emphasize bounce pass on that. That was beautiful. Oh, deep pass. And Max Hansen's going to get the foul as Corbin Simden attacked the basket from the baseline. 2 free throws coming up for Simden. 6 for 12 on the year, 50% free throw shooter.
He had him pinned behind the backboard pretty
good.
Yeah,
he did.
But then he brings that swat, that arm. And, I know there's a lot of McFarland people saying he got some of the ball and all of that, but the definition of a foul is anything that looks like a foul to an official. So figure out what they think looks like a foul and stop doing it.
Yep. Boy, and 2 Disney free throws. Swishes can't come through. They can happen to you. Nice rotation. I can't remember. He must have attended my 6-step free throw seminar one of these summers that I put on, one of my clinics.
I hope that the game that you missed that I did with our esteemed colleague John Wells, I hope you didn't get a chance to listen to that because I might have added a few steps to your seminar.
Yeah, you did. You had it at 8 steps, I think, 8 or 10, I think.
It got bigger each time we had a miss.
Yeah, I sat at home and enjoyed that. When I heard that, I thought, do I want to text or call in? I said, nope, just let that baby roll. So, just got a notification that we've just passed the 500 viewership mark for tonight.
Thank you for all of you that are taking the time to be with us tonight.
That's kind of a landmark for a first half. 500. We're going to hope the biggest game so far this year. I got to 1,006 viewers on one ball game earlier.
I'm going to guess that was East Troy, huh?
Yep, that was East Troy. But we're up to 502 viewers right now on this ball game tonight. So hope you're enjoying it. It's got to be you, Pete.
Yeah, I did do that East Troy game as well, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Boy, Stels has really come on strong here. And did you notice he went from right hand to left hand when he went up? Beautiful ball reversal and his hand going up, and also drew the foul. Stels
gets to 2 feet and
4
plays
for
with such
5.
a great base.
Yep, and 5 for 6 from the free throw line. He's averaging 5.8 points a game, and right now he's sitting at 7 in the first half.
The weak side wing is getting sealed in the zone. He has to step over and eliminate that entry pass from the wing and the high-low.
While we're playing here, I'm really going to give a shout-out here. Tonight on the board, we have Andrew the Mastermind Day. We have Stephanie Miller up on the camera at half court. Oh, I'm going to come back to the rest of them. Oh, Tenius ran him over there. Boy, questionable. Don't want to leave the ground. Beautiful pass. Whoa! What a block that time by Hansen and Werwinski. 3-ball coming, no good. And we've got a whistle. And again, we had a foul on a 3-point attempt. Also on the board tonight, we have Patrick Hasty, along with the mastermind Andrew Day, and up on the camera, BB Benny Becks, along with the queen up there, Stephanie Miller. First toss up by Minogue, good. 62% free throw shooter on the year, 23 out of 37 coming in.
Really worry right now that McFarland's worrying about things that don't involve their execution.
Focus on the game, right?
They've got to take care of some of their stuff. They still haven't taken care of the weak side seal. Their offense is getting stagnant. These boys got to get dialed in.
Well, I'll tell you, another Cather six-step free throw. Gotta love it, 2 for 2. And a 4-point advantage right now for the Eagles. So again, we're playing for second place here tonight.
They must have called that foul after the shot or after he landed then. He only got 2 because I think he was out behind the three-point line.
Yeah, that's what it looked like from our vantage point, which is not a very good vantage point.
Not at all.
Times, so.
Not at all.
Basically, I watch the game for our viewers. I watch the game on the monitor because I can't see the far end of the floor that well. We are situated. There you can see us waving, with our Clemson gear on tonight.
Here's that weak side seal. They shifted up again now, though.
Yep. Stealth on top and guarded by Nichols. Extending that zone out a little ways.
Jefferson's going with a 2-2-1 approach, playing high-low inside, guards on the wings, and then a baseline runner to create some overloads.
Skip it over, Stealth. Boy, would they ever hold it for the last shot of this half. That's a long time for kids to Minogue.
It's a well-coached Jefferson team, though. I mean, I think
so. Coach Jeffries does a nice job here.
They'd be disciplined enough to do it.
Oh, unless you get that. And that went to Vogel. Fell asleep down on the baseline, and Vogel knocks down 2. Big 6-point advantage here. Jefferson's had a nice little run here at the end of the first half.
And again, if you notice where that basket came from, it's the weak side wing who's not covering down on the block.
Like I said, you're not going to beat the game analysis that we're going to get here from the coach, Pete Willickett. Tenias, no good. And Minogue, whoa, off the back iron, and that
I
almost.
think that might have been good if it went too.
I think so. And would that have been a 4 or a 5-pointer? I don't know. But anyways, all right, a very entertaining first half here. Jefferson Eagles 34, McFarland Spartans 28 at halftime. And Mr. Allstate, Pete, you're in good hands, Willickett, and myself, Bill the Big K. Cather. We'll be back for the second half in approximately 8 minutes. So enjoy the dance, team. Go get your favorite beverages and refill or reload and do whatever you'd like to do, and we'll see you back for the second half of tonight's action. Hope you're enjoying the game. And we're getting ready here for the start of the second half. I'll give you a little first half point rundown while total is up. I had 5 points for the Tower Power Trayvon Chisholm. We had 14 for Daniel Tenius. We had, I'm trying to quick do this in my head right here. We had 4 for Max Hansen, 5 for the Mosquito, Ethan Nichols. And that would be your first half scoring for the Spartans, a total of 28. For Jefferson, James Minogue, 2 trays and a deuce and 2 free throws for 10 points. Ryan Brost, a 3-ball for 3 points. Corey Kaiser, 4 deuces for 8 points. Ben Suko did not score. Jared Vogel, 2 deuces, 4 points. Caleb Stout, boy, really came off the bench and did a nice job there. 5 out of 6 from the free throw line and a deuce for 7 points. 2 free throws for Corbin Simden and a total of 34, and that's your halftime score. So 18 minutes left to go. We're maintaining at least a second place stance in your Rock Valley North Conference. Spartans down 6. Here we go, Coach.
You can see what their plan is right off the get-go there, right? Get the ball inside.
I would agree with that.
Now the question is, what do we see defensively? Okay, they're in their man-to-man. We're going to go ahead and fix that. Little trouble handling that weak side player in the zone. Hey, you get that shot, that's going to be good for you defensively.
Mid-range jumper.
Yeah, a contested one even better.
All right, Tenius on top. Skip pass over to Witter, lob it in there, and there's Chisholm. Oh, missed 2 bunnies, 3 bunnies. Trayvon struggling a little bit here tonight, only 2 deuces so far. Boy, I said last week, the ball game in Monona Grove, he was a man playing that game. Best game I've seen him at, or a lot of players have in their careers, but struggling a little bit tonight. Oh, beautiful high-low, and there was your ball fake.
There you go. It's a great look there. Doesn't go in, but I tell you what, you got a lot much higher chance there of getting that and one.
Yep, Kaiser missed it. And Chisholm laid off a little bit, seeing so he's got 2 free throws. Did not want to pick up his 3rd one. And you can see they've got Kaiser on Chisholm just to try and match him physicality-wise. Tenius a little strong in the overlay, and both teams starting off a little on the cold side here. Very sloppy play that time. It's Featherston on the turnover. And
again, there's your shot fake.
Yep, shot fake by Werwinski. And to the floor is Featherston. Reese Featherston, a 6'3" junior.
One of the worst basketball injuries I've ever seen actually occurred in a Phi Ed class in that very situation. Shot fake, kid jumps up, which we always tell you in defense, stay on your feet, don't jump. And got undercut like that, came down, and it was ugly. Stay on your feet, ladies and gentlemen.
Stay on your feet, right. And Carson Werwinski getting the benefit of a nice bounce. Played a little over a minute and a half of your second half here. A little sloppy out of the gate for both sides. Werwinski. That was better. Nice little backward spin on it, and the rotation and the drop in, 2 for 2. 34-30. Jefferson Eagles on top. Suko on top, being guarded by the Rabbit. Oh, Suko all the way to the rim and an overlay. Witter crossover dribble. That time Suko on the dribble and attacking the basket. And a Stockton layup attempt by Bros. Rejected. Tenius, little hesitant, and they're going to call Minogue on the foul.
I do like McFarland attacking in transition. I wish that they'd pass out of these doubles a little bit. That was the issue with the turnover back there. But being able to push the floor up the court is going to help them a lot.
Tenius strike, attempting his first free throw of the night. 1 for 1. 14 points in the first half for the Wild Thing. 4 trays, a deuce, and now a free throw to go with it. 15 points, averaging 17.9 on the year so far. And hoop and 2 for 2. and cutting the deficit to 2. 34-32, 15:55 left to go in your ball game tonight here. Tuesday, January the 8th, 2018 from McFarland, Wisconsin. Some of you watching it years and years from now. Well, that's why I want to give you the date of this. So you don't forget it. Oh,
Again,
got
in
a little
traffic.
too fancy.
Just get rid of that rock and go.
Yep. Chisholm, he's going to attack the basket and dump it in. And McFarland on a 6-0 run now has tied your ball game up at the 15-20 mark. And Kaiser on the drive, and Chisholm's going to pick up his 3rd personal foul.
Good with the arms that time. Didn't swat down, didn't do any of that. I think they just kind of caught him moving his feet there
Yeah,
to
I was
try
going
to
to
stay
say,
in position.
It's footwork again. You know, you got to kind of have a good solid base and establish your position. Kaiser from the free throw line. Up and a little on the short side for Corey Kaiser. 8 points, 4 deuces in the first half, averaging 10.4 points a game. Came in only 44% from the free throw line, 8 out of 18. Kaiser. Ooh, 0 for 2. And Minogue almost on the tip in, but a misfire. McFarland a chance to come back and take the lead here. Max Hansen. Boy, he really has improved the form of his shot. I agree with you.
Really has come a long way. It's been awesome
he
to
has.
see.
A save into the backcourt. Featherston, Brost, Suko, ball movement, and kaboom! James Minogue, his 3rd tray of the night, and a 3-point Jefferson lead, 37-34, and a steal by Suko.
Stay on
And a
your-
ball fake. Oh, and Suko misses and then commits the foul. Wow.
You know,
A lot of alligator arms, a little short.
yeah. and in transition, again, McFarland's got to open up their eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, they're bringing the trail trap as soon as you drive sideline. They're forcing you sideline, cutting you off, and they just keep falling for it.
Yep.
Get the ball to the middle. Get the floor spaced out. Here comes the trail trap again. There it is. The transition game will work well for them once they take care of that. Get that
You're
ball
correct.
driven middle or past middle so you can get the floor, the whole floor utilized.
Yep, 4 deuces for Chisholm. I wouldn't be surprised if they would go inside and try and get that 4th foul on Chisholm. Boy, and just another lazy pass. Carson Lewinsky, great hustle. And the foul on James Minogue. Again, just 1, a lazy pass, and 2, not going to meet the ball. You cannot sit and wait for the ball to come to you. These kids are too quick and too athletic today.
What a great job by Carson. Getting the tip initially and then continuing to fight for it. Just going for that ball like a bulldog.
It's 2 for 2 so far from the stripe. And of course the Cather Jinx, 2 for 3.
Step 1 of your free throw shooting should be don't say anything about the kid being perfect from the line. Why don't we get that step taken care of, and then we'll get the feet and the elbow and all that other stuff.
Maybe it is the 7 steps, huh? But I need to add the initial first step, which is don't say anything. I like that. That's the first time I've heard that, and I like that. That's good. A lot of ball handling by Stultz on the outside. Boy,
oh boy.
That's questionable. Stuff it. Bring out the Sherman. Bring out the Sherman. A flush by Trayvon Chisholm. Whoa.
I think Trayvon might have got that one on the way back down.
Oh, my goodness.
He was hanging in the air that long that he got that thing on the way down. Oh, my, wow.
And if Minogue would have been a little smarter, he could have jumped just a little bit forward, and there was foul number 4 on Chisholm.
Yes.
Rather than he went straight up on that. We may have a little blood, a little cut on the hand that's going to have to be repaired. So our
on the rim.
Man, those famous words, go see Jay. Which means when you go see Jay means you're going to take a little seat for a second until he can take care of you or get you back out there.
You know,
Jay
I
just
remember
does a
when I
wonderful
was
job.
dunking all the time in high school, I used to
Yep.
get those cuts too, and you know, it's a real risk you have when you play above the rim like that.
It is. You know, I'll tell you. I just, you know, and people would look at you and they'd say, "No, you didn't either." I mean, God, the vertical that you used, unbelievable.
It was the 6-foot hoops, and it was against middle school kids.
I was gonna
but
say, or you could come out to our neighborhood, Ched Court,
yes,
where we got the 8
8-footers.
And that's why they're out there.
I don't think I got enough pop even to get up on the 8-foot hoops. I'll just shoot the threes instead. Oh, covered a lot of space in there. I tell you what, he made that move, comes in with the drop step there from about mid-lane, and really covered some ground. I don't think Carson was quite ready for him to be able to go up from there.
Minogue, third free throw of the night. 3 trays, a deuce, and 3 free throws right now for 14 points.
Tell you what,
averaging 15, so this could put him at his season average.
One thing I've really liked with these officials is they're having conversations with these coaches during the free throws. They're explaining stuff, you know. You're not going to get them to change a call or anything like that, but you see both coaches, they're asking questions. You know, so what about that was the foul? What could he do differently? Because it's hard to coach the kid on how to get him to stop fouling if you don't know why it was a foul.
You need to know what they're looking for or how they're calling it. Right, because different officials will Tenius again. Nope. And we're going to have either Hansen or a bump by Austin Miller, AM and the PM.
You get the worry now that you're going to go from a game that had a ton of flow. So, I mean, we're sitting at 18 fouls right now with, what is it, 3 minutes in, 5 minutes in, something like that,
right.
5 minutes in.
A lot of time left. This could extend this ball game well into the night.
And one thing that McFarland does not need is a couple of those guys to be in foul trouble, because as we saw in the first half, when some of those guys step out, it is a different game.
Max Hansen was there just enough.
Was really concerned about making the move back across to the front of the rim there. Thought he did a nice job with it initially, and kind of lost it on the pass there.
Ethan Nichols getting a lot of playing time here tonight. Pete?
Yeah.
Started the second half, and
I think he's been kind of getting some of those minutes at that point position there a little bit. Him and Austin and Luke and, you know, Pavlik gets in there sometimes at that point position. And he's got a bright future. He's a really athletic kid. You touched on that earlier, and you know, I think he's going to be able to continue to develop.
Soccer. 39 all. 12 and a half minutes left to go in your ball game. Still, nice ball rotation movement.
If I'm Jefferson now with Kaiser getting matched up by Trey, I may just leave Kaiser out on that perimeter.
I was going to say, you read my mind, because that's exactly what I was thinking.
See if I stand him at half court, if Trey will come stand next to him. Otherwise, he's going to do that. He's going to really pressure you. 2 feet, boys. 2 feet, 2 hands, sound fundamentals, and then bang.
Tenius, kaboom! His 5th tray of the night. Nice entry pass, and Minogue misses the little bunny. 42-39, 11 and a half to go in your ball game tonight. Spartans with a 3-point advantage. Pretty close ball game all the way. I don't think we've seen much more than a 3 or 4 point differential most of the way through.
I think early on McFarland had that lead, and that was about it.
Tenius again, seems like he just looking for the green light anytime he's got a Brost down. Stopped by Wawinski. Nice defense by Jackson. Beautiful crossover dribble. Tipped out by Austin Miller over to Chisholm, and
I don't think you're going to win that loose ball battle there, Daniel.
Oh my goodness.
What
are we looking at here? What kind of Phi Ed class do we have going on? Brost with a fadeaway. 6-foot mid-range jumper, and Brost 2 ball. We're down to a 1-point game. You know, as I said, a Phi Ed class, not a gym class.
That's right.
My own son would. Whoa, push up by Max Hansen there. Max Hansen used that left hand pretty good there, just push that defender away.
You know, you start to see the tempo pick up, and you start to see who's got fundamentals and who doesn't. And
Boy, for sure.
you know, you got some drop passes, you got some errant passes, and again, it just goes back to doing all those little things that make such a big difference. Play with 2 feet and 2 hands.
I agree. Yep.
I know it's not as
And
cute.
you want to know something? The first one you said, 2 feet. I just,
Makes
you know,
a
we
huge
keep saying
difference.
this on every telecast, how important footwork is to every sport you play.
Absolutely.
Maybe the number one thing you need.
And it's the most undercoached thing, too.
Yes, I would agree with that.
I mean, from the football standpoint, our offensive line coach, Brian Hahn, does just a tremendous job of just getting that footwork. Where's your first step going? Where's your second step going? You wonder why he's got 5 kids that were all conference this year.
Right. And, oh, they called that on Werwinski. I thought that might have been number 4 on Chisholm. At the foul. Minogue at the free throw line. Said he's at 15 points. 5th free throw of the night. I believe he's 5 for 6 from the stripe. 16 points on the game. And to break the tie, James Minogue. And the Eagles with a 1-point advantage. We've gone on just under 10 minutes left to play in your battle here for second place in the Rock Valley Conference. Little full court pressure being put on by the Eagles.
Again, get someone to the middle. McFarland's got to get someone to the middle of the floor so they can get the ball reversed. Get the defense shifting.
A person in the middle and spacing, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
2 keys.
anytime you can make a guy go from playing
JW.
ball side to weak side.
Chisholm, let's see if he's going to do something with the ball. And Minogue, again, there's the footwork, did not get himself established with that left foot on the baseline.
And here comes Kaiser back in to try his hand at defending.
Oof, and
the
that is a
unstoppable
big
force.
foul on Minogue, leading scorer for Jefferson with 17 points. Sitting down at the 9:29 mark. I'm going to jot that down here. Jefferson with a 1-point lead at 9:29 and Minogue checking out. Let's see how situation fares again. We're going to wave in the camera over here, okay? See us at our table here in the background, WMCF. All right, Chisholm to inbound the basketball.
Great hustle by Derek Schwarting with the towel on the bench there to clean that up.
Tenius, one inside to Chisholm. What's this going to be?
That's going to be a foul on Kaiser.
Wow, that was an interesting call by
Or not Kaiser, 21, Stills.
Stells. And boy, that official called it. He was the furthest official away on the back side.
And a bit of a delay on it.
Yeah, interesting how he saw that.
And he was on the line. He had the perfect angle on that one, so. Oh, all right. Next possession here, right?
Yep. As you said, forward. I believe that's what the lady at the Capitol would say, huh? Onward, forward. 9:15 left to go in your ball game. Jefferson still with a 1-point advantage, and Werwinski's going to get called on the push. Gross. And is that going to put us to 17 fouls?
No, I think that just got him over
Okay,
6.
sixes. So both teams will
shooting
go.
free throws until 9:30 tonight.
Yep.
You know, you had like 3 or 4 possessions there where you're flying up and down the court. You get a baseline save down here into a baseline save down there, and now we're going to take turns shooting free throws a while.
Chisholm just picked up his 4th foul on a reach-in.
Or
a pensive coach.
Or they call it Daniel for it.
Oh, they get Tenius
Yeah,
on that?
Daniel got it with his second. So as much as he doesn't love having that foul, that's much better than Trayvon's fourth.
Jared Vogel missed free throw. Came into the game only shooting 44%, 7 out of 16 from the stripe.
Well, mathematically, then, this is a pretty good possession for McFarland. We're sending a coin toss kid to the line.
And 0 for 2. Yeah, it'd be like putting Ethan Happ on the line. The Mad Bomber! No. And a reach in again.
So now you got to figure out your mental toughness. Both teams got 4 timeouts. This might not be a bad time to kind of bring the group together. Allow the referees to reset. You know, right now they're kind of getting into a rhythm of this sort of ticky-tack stuff.
I agree.
They've been consistent with it, obviously. I mean, it's 8-6, and both teams are suffering from the same issues.
Right.
But maybe kind of take a reset here and see if they kind of reset their minds too and get a chance to get that rhythm in there again.
Two-point lead for the Jefferson Eagles, and Daniel Tenius going to the stripe. Again, bonus, so he has an opportunity here to tie the game up. Daniel tonight again, 5 threes, a deuce, and 2 free throws so far. 3 for 3 from the stripe. 20 points so far for Daniel Tenius tonight. Looking to tie the ball game. And we have a tie ball game at 44. Henry Aaron. For those of you that get that little, number 44.
Got a young man in the district who's named after the great man. Henry Aaron.
Is his nickname Hammer and Hank?
I call him Hank. Most people don't know why, but middle name's Aaron.
Pass over to Kaiser. Beautiful assist that time from Brost. Tenius. Witter going baseline and step on the baseline.
You know, you run baseline like that, you just got to kind of think about, like, what's your next move, too?
Right.
Okay, so I get by the guy, great. Do we have a weak side dive? Do we have a baseline corner kick?
Good point.
You know, what's the end game?
And do you want to know? That's the sign of really a skilled, your better players, because they're one step ahead.
Right.
I mean, they already know they're going to get there, but it's what am I going to do once I get there?
You see it when some of these kids catch. They catch and they immediately swing it to a different, like they already saw the next pass in the rotation.
Yep. Kaboom! Corey Kaiser is first, Trey, and Jefferson opening up a 5-point lead here at 7:35 left to go in the ball game.
I'll tell you what, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he really looked like he was struggling from the perimeter. Stroke didn't quite look well. Boy, did that one look beautiful. That was just a gorgeous shot.
Nice rotation. Kaiser kind of looking up, going, wait a second, what's up with that? Trayvon Chisholm at the stripe. 1 free throw tonight. 2. 5 deuces, 2 free throws, 12 points for the Tower of Power, averaging 20.6 points a game, and now at 11. 3-point lead. Notice basically Coach Meinl has not gone with the run and jump press here tonight.
No.
Not too much. Kind of pulled it off. Very successful not using it at Monona Grove. Kick it over. Vogel, the little mid-range jumper, baseline, no good. You said you'll give it to him all day long, yeah?
Yeah, they'll make some of them, I'm sure, but tell you what, the numbers tell me.
Not a high percentage shot.
Pretty good
Pete
movement
Pavlik
this
in the game.
Pretty good movement from McFarland in this possession. Several ball
Nichols.
reversals.
Oh, Tenius. Little weave on top, huh? No.
There, you're going to get
And
yourself
finally,
some free
Suko
throws.
bumps Tenius.
Continuing to attack the rim, turning the corner. Instead of being so passive on those dribble handoffs, look to turn that corner and create some contact.
Right.
Now, both teams here, you got to be telling your best free throw shooters, just close your eyes, put your head down, just go. Just go. You're going to get bumped right now.
You're gonna get
the way
bumped.
the game's called, you're going to get yourself 2 freebies. But again, the officials are not going to award passive play offensively.
Right.
It's got to be aggressive. You got to be going to the rim.
I
You got to
think
play
that's
with
true
control.
most of the time, huh?
And you can't be flopping around here on 1 foot, falling all over the place thinking you're going to get it. Play with a base, play with 2 feet, go up strong.
I told you people tonight on the telecast, you are getting expert analysis here. Oh, we just hit a milestone. We went over 900 viewers. We're working towards it. I'll bet as more people hear about it, we might clear still 1,000 person mark here tonight as more people from around the world
Text your friends.
start to find out about what's going on here in McFarland, Wisconsin.
Text your friends. Let them know the
Yep.
epic free throw contest of
Yep.
2019 is about to go underway.
And people can turn in and view the famous 6-step free throw being in use in that. So for all you youngsters, wake up your kids if they're in bed. Get them down here so they can see the 6-step free throw in motion. Okay, enough of that silly little stuff. How about a little quote here also? I'm going to have you
Love 'em.
comment on. What about this one, Coach? Motivation comes from everywhere. You can't forget those moments when you wish you had one more play, one more game, one more opportunity. This is how life should be lived. Enjoy it while you can, and don't take a second for granted.
Profound.
How
That's
true
got to
is
come
that,
from
huh?
someone with 30, 40 years of life experience, coaching, someone who's really been around the block, huh?
Or somebody who's very mature at a very younger age. Huh?
It doesn't surprise me that that's Brett's comment there.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal, the vision that he has, and not just on the court either, just the perspective.
Nichols. Oh. Uh-oh, Chisholm in a bind. Oh, my goodness.
And a volleyball
Nobody wants
game
to
has
come
started
down
out.
with it. Oh, no, they got too fancy. Too fancy. You don't want to be doing that there when you're in a 1-point down ball game. Oh, well.
All right,
Learn.
next possession, gentlemen.
Yep, move forward.
Next
Got to forget about
possession.
play in the present.
That's
correct?
right. That's right.
What has happened is over. And we just let the camera do the talking. The picture on your screen did the talking for that one. No need for us to comment anymore on that.
Trayvon might, or not Trayvon, I'm sorry, Daniel might end up with 15, 20 free throws this game. They're going to keep grabbing on the perimeter, and he's going to keep working hard to get open. He's going to get a couple freebies.
Let's see. Was the old proverbial talk about how good he's been shooting free throws and shooting more of them? That was his first miss, 6 out of 7 now. Remember? There are now 7 steps, okay, they're free. The first one is don't mention anything about free throw shooting before a kid
Ignore the
shoots.
fact that they're shooting free throws.
And good. Tie ball game here. 5:45 left to go in the ball game. Bill, the big KK there, alongside Pete Allstate. You're in good hands with Pete Willickett. Thanks, big thanks again to you, Pete, for helping out tonight. Baseline, mid-range jumper, no good. Pulled down by Suka.
And he's got a layup if he keeps going. They attack that really, really well on the weak side against the help.
Beautiful crossover dribble. Chisholm again, straight up, a rejection of Stels. Pistol Pete Pavlik on the drive and fouled by Featherston.
I felt very confident that we weren't going to have a dunking issue with Pavlik on that.
No. The only thing I was concerned about was our table here in our monitor as he was getting pushed more towards this
And
direction.
I know it's not the popular thing, and I know it's not the cute thing to do and the really highlight reel, but what about just getting to 2 there?
Yes.
Chase down block coming.
Yep.
Let the guy run by and right out the back doors here and
Right.
just get an uncontested one.
I agree. Sometimes a little too much thinking. Just do what comes natural in practice. Nice for Pavlik. 2 for 2. And a 2-point Spartan lead. I don't know what that was for.
I think they had a sub at the table who they pulled back before the dead ball.
Okay, gotcha. 51-49. You can see as we near the 5-minute mark. Again, this basically has been a ball game just back and forth. Nice crossover dribbles.
A tough
A little
shot.
kiss by
just wanna
Roast.
Snag that
Skip
board.
it over. Featherston.
Really impressive footwork by Jefferson here on these drives.
Kaiser. Nope.
Again, I'll take that shot defensively.
Yep.
You want to take 2 dribbles up inside the 3-point line and launch? All the power to you.
And Minogue checking back in the ball game. He's sat for the last 4 minutes and 10 seconds, and they've gone from a 5-point lead to a 2-point deficit during that time.
Once McFarland gets this thing across now, expect them to get into a little half-court set, try to get an interior touch for Trey, or just get it in transition.
And there's Chisholm on the big flush again. That's 2 rolls of Sharman we've gone through tonight. And a 4-point Spartan lead. Brost, and he got pushed. A little too much hand action out front that time. Pavlik and Werwinski kind of double teaming Brost that time. Roast with the first toss, good. Again, a great time to attack that person with the ball as soon as they put the ball on the floor and put their head down. Boom. That's when the double came there and they almost snatched it.
Expect Jefferson to do that
Roast, no
right
good.
now. Oh, not on a missed free throw, they won't.
Werwinski, nice job.
Good body control.
Oh, and shorthanded it, and we're going to have a foul on Pavlik. And Stels will go to the free throw line. And we'll have the double bonus. Both teams in it, so.
Get your manuals out and
Yep.
review your steps with a friend nearby.
Don't worry, Caleb knows. He just gave me a little wave and said, hey, I got this under control.
Much appreciated there,
Yep.
Big K.
Hey, thanks a lot. Yep. And with Caleb only being a junior, I will see him again this summer, I'm sure, at my 2-day free throw camp.
Really interesting to notice here that both coaches got 3 timeouts Jefferson, 4 timeouts McFarland. Going to kind of hold on to these here going into the last 4 minutes. Not sure if I'd want to set up maybe a play, a little half-court set, maybe make a change defensively. Again, just trying to get out of this
Just a little something
rhythm
different,
of
right? You know, we've talked about this before. I've always been a believer in, I like just once in a while, just change it up. Just, I think a couple reasons. One, to throw a little different look at another team where they got a little different defense, as well as just for your kids too. They get a little stale sometimes sitting in the same zone or the same defense and having to follow the same, you know.
I always love switching a defense out of a
Yeah.
timeout, especially when they call the timeout, because they're usually calling
Well,
it.
hold it. They always have to call a timeout
I
because
never
you're
got it.
never
I never got
awarded
it.
timeouts, right?
But it's one of those things where, you know, when they take a timeout, it's usually to talk about how to stop what you were just doing or how to attack what you were just doing. So to change that up and give them a different look, you know, anything to kind of get that group thinking a little bit more.
Right. Carson Werwinski was 3 for 4, now 3 for 5. Yeah, it's kind of a standard joke around here when Pete was coaching. He could never get a timeout no matter when, where, how, why. Screaming, hollering, coughing, whatever. Didn't matter, huh? And there's that lazy pass again. Oh, I think I'm getting notification, here from the board and Andrew Day. We're at 998 viewers. I'll let you know. He's going to notify me as soon as we cross the 1,000 viewership for this evening's telecast. He will let me know.
Listen, viewers.
3-ball, kaboom! Ryan Brost, his second 3-ball, and now Jefferson, the Eagles 1 point up, and the Rabbit Luke Witter. Oh, the honeycomb and in. I got to like the way that he attacked the basket. Came back strong.
Really nice job. Nice touch at the rim there.
Yep, nice job by the Rabbit, Luke Witter.
And great job by McFarland in general to get the ball out quick.
By Brost, and possession arrow to the Eagles. Brost, a little difficult to cross the ball over when you got two guys standing in front of you.
Nicely done by McFarland how they're attacking that ball screen right now, putting pressure on it, forcing that man to play through two people.
Yeah, they've had Brost cough the ball up here a couple of times. Kick it out. Kaiser, no good. Nichols on the rebound, push it ahead. And interesting. Just kind of laying on the backside there, Chisholm. Nichols on the assist.
Tell you what, 998 for the viewers, you said?
Yep. I'm just waiting for the notification coming from the mastermind, Andrew Day on the board. I will let you know.
Why not? It's one thing to just watch the game on your computer, but why not bring in 2 or 3 iPads and a cell phone? You know, watch it on multiple angles here at home,
maybe
folks.
That's what it is. Chisholm on a miss. You know, actually, I'm thinking about on my phone right now.
Right here.
I could go to YouTube. I could get us to $9.99. You could get us to 1,000 if you use yours.
I need you to help me log in. Though.
Well, I'm kind of in that same ball game. It's known as computer or technologically illiterate. McFarland, 1 point advantage, 56-55, 2:35 left to go in your ball game here tonight. Tuesday, January the 8th, Minogue. And James Minogue, the little short-range jumper, giving Jefferson a 1 point lead. Werwinski, Nichols, no good. Werwinski on the inside.
I mean, that basket down there is a result of a poor closeout. Leaving feet, giving up middle.
Yep.
Right now, that's what you got to be talking about in this timeout defensively. Closeouts, box outs. Go get the ball. Don't wait for it. Go get it after you get a body on a body.
All right, I'm going to have you comment on a couple other quotes here. What about a coach that says at the end, I never lost a game, I just ran out of time?
It's a nice perspective. I always enjoy that.
Do you think one of these two coaches is going to be able to share that tonight?
Well, one of them's going to run out of time at some point.
Yes.
So.
What about this one? If all I am remembered for is being a good basketball player, then I've done a bad job with the rest of my life.
Absolutely. And
I think we both would go along with that, 150%, correct?
Yes, absolutely. One of my favorite ones, I believe, was from Hubie Brown. Coach Minner, if you're out there, correct me if I'm wrong on this.
Shout out to Brad Minner, a legend, right?
He always said, Coach Brown always said, shooting makes up for a wealth of sins.
Yep. Tenius, left-hand baseline, dribbling to the top. Looking for Chisholm down low. Wasn't ready for it. Going to attack the basket. Nichols, no, it's coming off the edge. Chisholm, no, coming off the edge. Kaiser, wow, what a battle. How did that ball almost sit up on that rim twice? Kaiser, drive down the backside, and man, this was extended chaos, huh? You couldn't have set that ball up there 2 or 3 times like it did and not have it go in.
I didn't know if it was going to come down.
Yeah, I thought it might sit up
right
there.
on the back iron there.
And for our fans, tell them what would have happened there had it stayed up there.
Alternate possession?
Alternate possession, correct. And that would have given it to the Eagles. Free throw.
I think they got us. Possession error with us right now.
Oh, do they? I'm sorry.
I can't see on the board there. You could be right. I think that's what's up on the
Featherston,
scoreboard.
first free throw, good. Second free throw, good. And a 3-point advantage for the Eagles. Buck 35 left to go. Witter.
First things first, take care of the press.
Yep.
Now get into a nice half-court set.
Nice possession. Get a good shot. Yep. No need to rush it. Down 3. Don't need a 3 ball. Just get some points. There you go. Nice job. Smart ball rotation.
It starts on this end here now. One stop at a time.
Yep.
McFarland's got to be sound with their closeouts, and they got to make sure it's one shot and done.
We into a white knuckler here, as they call it, huh? Stels. Oh, and Stels using the ball fake. Nichols on the jump. You cannot leave your feet. And Stels going back to the line, and Caleb Stels so far tonight. 8 for 10 from the stripe tonight. Double bonus, shooting 2. Stels, first one, no good. And again, all I need to do is comment on free throws and
broadcaster jinx.
Stels good. 9 for 12 on the night and a 60-58 advantage. 1 minute to go in the ball game. 1 minute to go. Bill the Big K Cather and Pete Willickett here, bringing you this action. Boy, it's been a fun game tonight. Pete. Brian Nichols got too far under the hoop, and that was not
on the weak side, though. You need to have your wing go to the baseline corner. He's got to have that out. It's an uncontested shot if he does.
Yep.
Dive to the rim or get to the corner. And if they had a replay, you could see on the weak side wing the guy's just standing there on that baseline drive.
Yep. And going to the line will be number 12, Reese Featherston. 2 for 2 from the stripe so far tonight. Well, I got to tell you what, this is what we kind of expected tonight here, Pete. 2 teams, both 5-2 in the conference, trailing East Troy by 1 game and trying to stay right up there, need the top of the conference in that. And, you know, it's kind of interesting because McFarland here coming off a 60-point victory last game against Clinton, and that always kind of, you know, you kind of, that's a tough one to come off of, you know, because you get a little lackadaisical in that, you know, and everything. And Jefferson came off a tough victory. They dumped Beloit Turner, who's also another team tied for second place with a 5-2 record. So they've been in the heat of battle in their last contest. And here tonight, McFarland, you know, coming off a 60-pointer, you know, it takes something to kind of get back into it and keep the momentum going. But
you know, it's one of those things where it's, you look at it in hindsight all the time because you can flip that script exactly the opposite way.
Absolutely.
Boy, look how rested McFarland looks. Look how healthy they look. And I'll tell you what, Jefferson coming off of that tough game, they're going to be a little more tired, a little more exhausted emotionally. You know, it's one of those things where you can see it. If you have a team that's focused on the process, if you have a team that's taking it 1 game at a time, 1 possession at a time, hopefully they can handle either end of that spectrum.
Absolutely. All right, 2 big free throws coming up here for Reese Featherston. Knocks down the first one. If he makes this free throw, we go to a 2-possession ball game here tonight. Featherston, swishes can't come true. They can happen to you. And a 4-point lead. 35 seconds left to go in your ball game here tonight. JPJ coming down. Oh, man, he was bumped. Oh, Coach Jeffries can't be happy with that. Corbin Simden going to send.
Jeremiah does such a nice job with that hesitation
Yes,
dribble
he
there.
did. Yep.
Makes it look like he's going to change directions, reverse it, and all of a sudden you kind of get that step off. And
Yep. Just relax. Got to slow it down. Got a little rushed. Slow down. Take a breath. They're free. Can still make this a one-possession game.
he hit some big free throws against Monona Grove the other night down the stretch.
Much better. Boy, was that a nice rotation right there.
We're going to go offense, defense with Jeremiah and Carson here.
31 seconds left in the ball game tonight. Hearts are racing, I'm sure, out there. Boy, people here tonight been. Boy, I'll tell you, what an entertaining ball game for a Tuesday night. That was pretty close to being off Jefferson hands. But now you've got them inbounding from a tough spot here in the corner.
This is another Hubie Brown thing right here. How many of you practice this at home if you're coaching?
Yep.
How many of you work on your corner out of bounds? Because it ain't the same as being on the baseline, I'll tell you that much.
Boy, I can tell you, Ulf and Featherston almost stepped on the baseline there. Boy, and they made him inbound here in the corner. Just Nichols couldn't get his, couldn't pinch him back here.
And what a real credit to, and I've been saying it all year, whether it's on a broadcast or talking with people in town, Carson Werwinski this year. I mean, he's a kid, I don't know how high up he was on the depth chart coming into the season, but just a defensive force for McFarland this year. He draws the toughest assignment every single night and just constantly makes plays like the one in the corner here.
And
that
boy,
thing is almost off of Jefferson because of his effort alone.
And if you're a coach, you love to have a player like that. Featherston, missed both of them, and we're still at a one-possession ball game. Wow. Featherston, after hitting 4 for 4 from the stripe, misses 2. We're at a 3-point ball game here.
Interesting to see Jefferson press here up 3. You're going to get yourself a ticky-tack foul and some free throws with the clock stopped. They avoid it there, but.
20. Tenius, 3 ball. No good. Oh, Witter.
Nice job crashing the weak side board there by Luke.
Wow, and number 4, Corbin Simden again on the foul. 2 crucial fouls by Simden here. In the end, Luke Witter going to the stripe. Be his first attempts of the evening. Splash it.
No
1 for 1 for the Rabbit.
No offense, defense this time for McFarland. Going to keep Jeremiah out there.
Let's see how quickly Jefferson tries to inbound the ball on a make here. And two of them wear at a 1-point ball game, 61-62.
They're going to let 11 catch. They're going to try to let Kaiser
Whoa!
catch.
Touchdown pass. Wow. Home run ball connected. Witter has fallen out of the game, but
direct correlation to Jefferson going to the spread this year for football, opening up that playbook a little bit. Yeah, you can see it.
This is coming from an offensive coordinator here, right?
You can see it correlate now. They've got those 4 wideouts they play with all year.
Featherston missed his last 2 tosses. Bangs the first one. Pistol Pete Pavlik coming into the game. And I believe we're going to have a timeout here. So, strategy-wise, Coach, what do you think?
In your timeout now, you got to talk about
a lot of different things.
Down 2, down 3.
Yep.
You got to talk about, okay, what set do we want? What look do we want? And then you also have to talk about, okay, let's say we're down 3 and we get a 2. What are we doing there? Let's say we're down 2 and we get fouled and free throws. What are we doing?
Absolutely.
Now he's got some timeout, so he can go ahead and blow that timeout and get a chance here
Both
to
teams have
stop
2,
it.
Correct?
I think it's 3 for Jefferson and 1 for McFarland. They just switched it over, it looked like, from Jefferson's timeout to McFarland.
Right. Yep.
But then, and you're in that Jefferson huddle now. The one thing you got to keep reminding yourself is McFarland has the timeout, but if they score, take your time inbounding that ball.
Absolutely,
You can
and
eat
that's
that
big.
clock.
Yep.
Force Jefferson or force McFarland to use that last timeout.
Technically, if they come down, if you got a 3-point lead, they come down and get 2. Basically, that clock's going to run out before you even have to inbound.
Right. And
Right,
so
because they're not going to come down and score probably within 6 seconds.
and you'll see Coach Meinhold here. As soon as that thing goes up, I mean, he's going to be calling a timeout bore he even knows it's in.
Right.
He's just going to be anticipating
I've done that before,
thing.
too. As soon as the shot goes up.
Yep, timeout. I'm right here, just waiting for it.
All right. Hey, I want to remind you, too, Thursday night we got a big first-place game here, East Troy girls versus the McFarland girls. So, the toss, Featherston, good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time, game over, and Jefferson Eagles have come into the McFarland High School gymnasium and taken a really hard-fought ball game here on a Tuesday evening. Back and forth, like I said, I don't think the game was ever more than 5 points apart. Both teams just kind of going back and forth, and boy, that's a big takeaway for the Jefferson Eagles tonight. So I'll let you make some final comments, and then I'll put a wrap on it, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, I mean, another really, really hard-fought game. Some things that you can definitely build off of, some things that you can definitely look at here for McFarland. Obviously, all is not lost in the world, but the biggest thing you're going to have to do here is take a look in the mirror and figure out what it is you can do. It becomes real easy when you have a couple of these tough losses like this to start figuring about what this guy needs to do and what that guy needs to do. But you've got to look in that mirror and you've got to say to yourself, okay, here's where I can grow, here's where I can develop, and then take that mentality into the next practice. You can't do it just in the next game because you're not going to be ready. You have to do it in the next practice. So hopefully they can do that. Obviously now it becomes a little bit tougher now for that aspiration of trying to have that conference title.
Yep.
You need a lot of help from East Troy. You need a lot of help from some other people. But that shouldn't change your approach. Your approach needs to be about getting better and getting ready for this next opponent.
All right. I couldn't agree with you more on the thing. When I used to coach at the end of every game, before I'd send my team home, I said, I want you to go home and think about what you learn about yourself
Absolutely.
tonight. Think of the good, the improvements, the things you need to work on and stuff like that. But just go home and think about, okay, what were the good and the bad, and just that's the way you learn to grow as a person, you know, and that's the bottom line of this stuff. It's, winning and losing in basketball and that, but really what did I learn about how can I make myself a better person?
Well, and now show how you respond to adversity.
Right.
And let's keep things in perspective, too.
You mean
we're
life
talking
isn't
about
perfect?
Well, and when we talk about adversity here now, we're talking about losing a basketball game.
Right.
The adversity that some of the people are facing in our community, in our world, wherever that is, it's much more significant than that. But let's focus about using this as a learning experience. This is the one that we have. This is the adversity that we get to have right now instead of have to have.
Absolutely.
Let's get to have that, and let's choose our response to it.
Yep. Again, thanks a ton. I greatly appreciate it, Pete. It's always a neat experience when you get to join me here. I look forward to it, and maybe you'll have another opportunity before we're done here tonight. But thanks a lot again. I greatly appreciate it. You do a wonderful job, and you're a great man. Great supporter of the kids of this community, and you just do a wonderful job here. So thanks a lot again.
Appreciate the experience. Thank you.
Yep. So again, the mastermind, Andrew Day, on the board. We did not hit it. We stopped at 998 viewers tonight. We didn't go over the 1,000 mark, but that's okay. 998 is pretty good for a night. Patrick Hasty also helping on the board tonight. Thank you, Patrick. And again, up atop, high in the bleachers, a wave coming from the Queen, Stephanie Miller, and BB Benny Becks, giving us the excellent pictures and the graphics and everything else tonight. So thanks a lot to our staff. Again, we're going to be back here on Thursday night, 2 nights from now. First place battle, East Troy girls versus their McFarland girls. So if you can't get here, please feel free to turn us in and watch us on the telecast. So I hope this telecast provided you tonight, the viewing public, with an enjoyable evening of McFarland Youth Sports, and for the kids participating, another special memory for them. Again, I feel honored and privileged to be given this opportunity. So This is Bill, the Big K Cather, just living the dream, signing off and reminding you all, stay healthy, stay positive, live each day to its fullest, and God bless. And so long from McFarland, Wisconsin, USA.